The coldest leads can often become your biggest paychecks if you know how to warm them up. So today we're back with another live call analysis, and this agent got a really tough lead on the phone. So this guy has money to buy and he wants to buy a house, but he doesn't trust real estate agents. Why? Because many of the leads that are like this have often spoken to 20 agents who haven't listened to them and were only out to make a sale. So now they're cold, they're rude, and often eager to hang up on you because they don't have a relationship with you. So in this call, you're going to hear exactly what went right, what definitely went wrong, and then what to say to get these really cold leads to open up and to trust you by the end of your first call. But here's what most agents don't understand. These guys may have been burned before, and that's why they're so reserved. They do want to buy a house, but they want to buy a house with somebody that they can actually trust. And so if you handle them right, they can be loyal clients forever. But if you don't know what to say, then they're definitely going to ghost you, and you're not going to be able to get them to open up the door. So let's listen to this call and show you exactly what to do if you get a tough lead like this. I'm actually going to start with you, Miles. You're in the hot seat with Chris. I just wanted to say, hey, we haven't had a chance to meet, but welcome to the crew, and this is your very first sales call, which is awesome. And so I just wanted to give you a little bit of some ground rules on how we run these calls before I play the first recording. What are we listening for? There's 3 things we're listening for. What are we listening for?
Motivation, ability, willingness.
Okay, so when we're listening to these calls, I want you to make sure that you've got pen and paper with you, and you're going to write MAW down on a piece of paper, and you're looking to see, did the agent or was the agent able to uncover the motivation, the ability, and the willingness of the prospect so that we can figure out, is this the right person to actually book a call with? So I will pull this up and we will get rocking and rolling.
Hello.
Hi.
Speaking.
Hey, this is Miles from property.ca.
Oh, okay. What can I do for you?
I got a submission here from an ad, I think on Facebook or Instagram that you were looking for your first home.
Yeah. I was just hoping to sign up. I was just hoping to sign up for a mailing list. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I could definitely keep you posted, but I'm wondering what has got you thinking about real estate?
My wife and I feel like it's a good time to buy.
Can't argue with that. What's your current living situation like?
We rent.
Okay, gotcha. And how long you been renting for?
Oh, several years.
Very good. If you could wave a magic wand, what would you say your dream timeline is like to eventually make this happen?
Q2 2025.
Q2. What's the significance with the timeline?
My wife just started a new job.
Okay.
Well, we want to wait a while.
For sure. Just
Plus,
to make sure.
unless I'm mistaken, the way real estate works in this general area, February, March is the low period.
What area?
GTA, North Toronto.
North Toronto. Where specifically? What pocket?
We want to be on the subway line, essentially. I don't really care.
So
I would go down as far as St. Clair, I'm going to say.
Like as far south as St. Clair?
As far south. Yeah.
Okay. Got it. And just out of general curiosity, what does the ideal home look like?
Well, the idea is a 1-bedroom plus den, minimum 800 square feet, below the 10th floor and above the 2nd.
Okay.
Condo. I don't really care if the building has an exercise room. It's irrelevant. I guess the other one is it's got to be well managed. I don't want any surprise special assessments right after I buy.
Oh, 100%, yeah. Well, are you familiar with what a status certificate is?
I've never seen one, but I know what they are.
Okay, because no matter what, you'll never buy a condo without reviewing the status certificate, and a lawyer would review it for you and provide you with notes. So you'd be 100% confident that the building you're buying in is well managed and there's no issues or no special assessments.
It's just like I've heard about people getting surprised, that's all.
Yeah, I mean, and that's why
a friend of mine.
Pardon me?
Happened to a friend of mine.
How much did he end up out of pocket?
3 months after he bought, he got a $30,000 assessment.
Jesus Christ!
And he needed a new roof.
Do you remember how old the building was?
I know which one. There's a bunch of townhouses, like right downtown, like west of Yonge and south of Bloor, a little block of them.
So it was a townhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do feel like that happens mostly with townhouses. Not sure why. It just is.
Well, the roofing situation is completely different. Anyway, I'm just saying it happens.
Yeah, absolutely. So, listen, at the end of the day, it's important that we do our due diligence to ensure that no matter what, you are as protected as possible, and we look into things. In terms of budget, did you have a number in mind that you were hoping to stick with?
We are visiting our bank for a discussion about what we want. We want the amount of house that we need and not the max we can afford. Is the simple answer.
Yeah,
the numbers are shifting around rapidly right now. I noticed, generally in a downward fashion from what I've seen. So I think I can achieve what I want for about $650K.
Okay.
Depending. There's always, right? We went to I did one of those online assessments, which said we could between the two of us afford about $850, but we don't want to spend that much if we don't have to. So
absolutely, yeah, it's good to have some extra cash in the bank, right?
Yeah. Well, we also want to keep our mortgage limited, like pay it off in 10 years, and we have a sizable cash pile, right?
Okay, great.
Like we probably have at least 400K for a down payment. So
perfect. What do you guys do for work?
I am a technical writer in medical devices.
Okay, beautiful. And
I work. She is the systems librarian at Toronto Metropolitan University.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, super stable job.
For sure. And that she just started?
Like 3 weeks ago.
Unbelievable. Okay, great. Okay, so listen, the next step in my process, before I say anything, are you working with a realtor right now?
We haven't signed anything with anybody.
Okay, but are you talking to anyone or anyone that you're family, friends with, or anything like that?
I have a family friend. Well, not a family friend. She's a friend of mine. But as I said, we haven't signed with anybody. I'm just collecting information. Okay.
So I wanted to mention the next step in my process, just to ensure I'm not stepping on anyone's toes, is to have what I call a strategy session. Typically over Zoom or Google Meet, we meet face to face for about 30 minutes to an hour, and we actually go through the buying process to ensure that there's no surprises along the way, like you mentioned. And also, what I would do is kind of share my screen and go through exactly what it's going to cost you to buy, as well as show you all the different options that are within certain budgets. Like we could go through 650, 700,000 even, in the neighborhoods you want. And we look at homes that have actually sold, not that are currently listed, just to give you a firm understanding of exactly what's attainable within your budget and your criteria. This has just helped others like you paint a perfect picture to ensure they're moving forward with confidence. And also has allowed people to get more excited about owning real estate rather than renting and paying someone else's mortgage.
Okay, I got to be honest with you though. I'd rather just see a mailing list right now.
Okay.
Okay. I think it's too early in the game.
No problem. Listen, I typically do this even 6 to 12 months out, just so that people know when they're browsing what certain things mean and what they're looking for. But I understand it's no pressure. I just want to make sure that you have all the tools at your disposal.
Okay.
If you've ever had a lead that you felt was impossible to connect with, then smash that like button because you're obviously not alone. We've all been there. And make sure you keep watching because I'm going to show you the exact types of questions and different strategies that you can use to build rapport with these types of colder leads.
Okay. So are you interested at all in locking something in? We can set something up for a weekend or weekday.
You can send me an invite for a weekend, but not this weekend. The following. All right.
So we did the 14th. Is morning or middle of the day typically better?
Middle of the day would be better.
Okay, so let's say 1 o'clock.
Sure.
Shoot over an invite now, and I look forward to meeting in person.
Okay. Thanks so much.
Take care.
Okay.
Chances
Go.
he shows up.
Yeah, I think it's a crapshoot on the show up, but let's talk about the call first. Who wants to go?
I can go.
Go, let's go. Sure.
I'm the biggest Miles gasser in this group. So today I was like, I'm gonna go the opposite way. I'm gonna try as many things I can write in red as possible. So motivation, great call. I love how you sidestep right at the beginning where you just said very kind of aggressively, like I just signed up for a newsletter, kind of blind eye to that and just move forward, which is great. He said, I think it's a great time to buy, but I would have asked him like why? Why do you think it's a great time to buy? Like I agree with you, but like why do you think it's a great time to buy? And that might have led to another thing because he kept saying it's a slow time. I'm looking for March, which is a downtime, and it's not a downtime. March is very much the high time. So maybe he was looking for a downtime to buy, which is now. So maybe that could have been opening a whole Pandora's box over there to kind of explore that. I didn't hear motivation. Maybe I missed it. And he said to the bank, he was speaking to the bank. He has a high down payment, so most likely he's qualified. But I didn't hear him say he's approved for sure. But he seemed quite confident because he did an online assessment. So I don't know, just the assumption thing. But I don't know. Working with the realtor, that was great. What else? Yeah. Oh, that one that you said when he was talking about special assessment, and you're like, oh, we look into it. We look into things to protect you as much as possible. Well, you do more than that. I know that you do more than that, and your lawyer does more than that. So I would say that more confident of like, no, you're 100% protected. We're not going to go on any property that has anything of risk to you, or at least you'll know the risks you're getting involved with, something like that. And I love the great pitch for the strategy session. I thought it was very good to kind of do that, and because you pitched it well, I think that's why he agreed. Who knows if he's going to show up, but still, good pitch.
Love it. Thanks, Shar. Who else?
I'm small.
Sorry, Udi. Yeah, you're tiny in my corner there. Let's go. I can see you now though. I see like a finger like ET down there.
Somewhere here. Honestly, Miles, you are incredible on the phone. There's no doubt about it. You're super confident. The only thing I didn't hear this time around, where I generally do hear it, is you tend to get a little bit like you put more of your personal side of it in there. I found it kind of salesy this time around, but you usually say like beautiful. You ask a little bit more questions about the actual person, getting away from the sales side. Try to, act that way. I've seen you do it before and you kill it that time. The other thing, again, because of who you are and how personable you are, I'm surprised you didn't go for an in-person strategy session and then use this Zoom call as the backup, because it looks like he wanted just to use your backup. So I would always start with the in-person, be like, let me take you out to coffee. Let me meet you and your girl or your boy or whoever. Let me take you out. Let me explain to you exactly what's in a status certificate, because I know you've heard of it. We could talk a little bit more into that. And, right then and there, I can kind of show you live action in terms of what's around for what you're looking for. Not to mention, it's a good time to get a cup of hot chocolate. You know what I mean? Like, go for the in-person. Then he'll be like, listen, now's not a good time. Be like, I also use Zoom and Google Meet as a backup. And then he's more inclined to use the backup rather than now is not a good time at all. So that was the steps that I would have taken in a scenario like that. But overall, I mean, you're amazing. So I love you.
I love the love that goes on in these calls sometimes.
Love you too, man. Thank
It
you.
makes me feel so good. Who else? Anybody else want to give him something? I know we got 3 calls to get through today, so we'll do one
Miles,
more.
I also love you. And the call was great. I think that the motivation was there because he's like, I have 400K down. So he's like talking talk. I
Yep.
would press him a little bit, probably like, oh, cool. You have 400K down. May I ask, is that cash? Do you have are you financing? Like, how's that going down? Like, how did you get there? So other than that, call was great.
Okay, I'm going to ask you guys a question. I need some hands. Motivation. Who got motivation on this call? 1, 2, okay. A couple halfsies.
The only motivation was that he doesn't want to rent anymore. I know that I didn't push hard enough on the motivation, which is the same as the call I brought in last time too. So I got to work
Okay.
up.
There's some work there, but I think there's other good things that you did on this call that that if they were done, if certain other things were done, I think you're good anyways, even if you missed that one portion. Ability. Who's got ability on this? Yeah? Okay, I got ability. Someone with 400 grand that's done this much research, I feel pretty good about it. I feel pretty good about it. It's not a hard check, but it's a 90% there. And then what about willingness? Yeah? Okay. All right. So I got a half for motivation, a check for ability, and a half for willingness on my side. Like maybe one or two more questions to like really check it off. Okay. If you're tired of leads hanging up on you or going cold, we can help. We listen to agents' calls every single day and give them the strategies of how to actually convert these leads. So if you want us to listen to your calls and give you those strategies, then book a call with us in the description below, and we'd be happy to show you exactly what we do at SalesGenius. I'm going to be totally honest with you. One, I love that you push through. I can hear the difference in your call from when we started to where you are right now. At the beginning, you would have been like, okay, I'll call you back. And this time you were like, fuck it, let's go. And you just kind of bulldozed through. I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought the tone, he was kind of like aggressive on the tone, and you kind of met him with a little bit of an aggressive tone. So I kind of felt like I was going to like a boxing match at the beginning. I was a bit nervous. I was like, what's going to happen? You know? So I thought maybe we could work on I don't feel like we got to rapport with him. I felt like it was a constant push and pull. But because you're so knowledgeable and you've been doing this for so long, I felt like you were able to hold your own with someone who was maybe a little more defensive or closed off. I think this entire call and relationship with this guy takes a TSN turning point on only one item that we did not close on. And I think if you would have included this in the close, he shows up to the call this week. I think you need to follow up with him with what I'm about to say. And I think you can get him as a client. He was scared shitless about special assessments. Like you could hear it in his voice. This guy's a researcher, clearly. He's like, I've filled out mortgage applications online. I want a 1-bedroom plus den over the second floor, under the 10th. I want to spend $650K. I've researched in the buildings. He said something about, I want the max house that we need, not the most that we can afford or something like that, right? And he was like, the thing I'm most concerned about is a special assessment. If you were like, hey, by the way, when I do the strategy session, what I'm going to do is I'll walk you through the status certificate, and I'll show you the 3 things that you should look for to make sure that you're not going to get hit with a special assessment. You're not going to be able to find this online because it's private. So if you want that, like you should show up to the call and I'll show you. I guarantee you, if you would have said that to them, this guy would have been like, that's what I want to know. I can't find that anywhere. You're the guy who has the information. Show it to me. So if I were you, this call's this weekend, right?
Next weekend.
Loom him with something like that. Like, hey, on the strategy session, I was just thinking about our call. Sounds like you've already done a lot of the research. I know you probably know what you can afford. Like I was thinking about our call, like you've done a lot. The one thing that I think I can help you out with the most is making sure that you feel confident that when you buy, you're not going to get hit with a special assessment. I know it's a huge concern for you, and I'm going to show you exactly how to make sure that you feel confident in what you're buying. He will show up for that. So that's what I would follow up on. But I think those were the 2 things. The 2 things that needed to be included in the close were, I'm going to show you which properties that you can get the max. I'm going to show you which properties in which location you can get the max house for without spending your max budget. Those were the words that came out of his mouth. And secondly, the special assessment thing. You did a good job on the asking about the agent, but you didn't ask him what was important to him. Like you didn't really differentiate yourself or have an understanding of how to differentiate yourself from his friend. You were just like, so do you have an agent? And he's like, I haven't signed anything. And then you're like, so do you have one? He was like, I haven't signed anything. And you're like, okay, cool. Let's do this meeting, right? But you didn't say like what's important to you, because he could have easily come back and said the most important thing to me is an agent that's going to show me how to review a status certificate. And then you would have known how to close again. So without you getting like too overwhelmed, you got to the close. I think you had technically 2 check marks out of 3 for Ma on my side of things, because you had 2 half check marks and a full. So I would have asked for the appointment. You did ask for the appointment. I think you made the right judgment call at the end of the call. I just think you closed him on the wrong things. And if you would have included the special assessment and the other thing that he said in the call, I think he actually shows up.
I'm definitely going to do that. I do also think like his personality type is like my most frictioned personality
Say
type.
hated. You
Like
could say hated.
I can't work with people. Like, I mean, I can and I have, but like it's, you could hear like people that are just like have their guard up completely from the jump.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but he just like seemed very arrogant, and I don't know. It was just a personality type that I don't jive with. So that's why like Udi, like I had my back up against the wall, and I found it very difficult to ask questions and push for motivation because I felt awkward. But I was going through the motions of like, okay, I know I got to do XYZ. Like, let me see how hard I can push this ultimately. But
Let me ask you a question though. Before we started that call, you had 3 people on here that told you something amazing about yourself. Did that make you feel good?
yeah, it made me feel amazing.
You didn't gas this guy at all or make him feel good about any of his research. You didn't acknowledge like, hey, I forgot what this guy's name was. I talk to a lot of people every single day, and most people don't do nearly as much research as you. I can tell how much research you've done, and I can tell how important this is to you to make the right decision. You think the guy wants to hear that? Yeah, he does. He's a freaking researcher, right?
That's a great point. For
So
sure.
you didn't make him feel like good in the call. Of course he's going to be resistant. You're a salesperson calling him from online sign up. If you signed up for some shit online, you'd be like kind of reserved too. I'm telling you guys right now, like, who thinks this guy's a real buyer?
100% he is. Yeah.
This guy, and he said he
will be buying next year.
He's going to buy in Q2 of 2025. This guy is he should meet now and probably will buy in February, to be totally honest, because he's
probably buy in January.
He could buy in December.
Yeah.
This guy is you are a good enough agent to stand up to this guy. You have enough information to continue to add value. You didn't make him feel good enough on the call, and you closed on the wrong thing. Those were the only 2 things. You can save this relationship and you can get this deal. You can 100%, but you got to show your worth, and you got to make him feel good. Like, you got to make him feel like I've been doing the right things.
Genius.
Luke,
Thank you.
Let me know how it goes next week, and I'd love to see some commissions in your account from this call here.